Bring back Dagon.
I'm just a sexy little.
I mean, already we're probably more points than he can handle for the round. So today we're going to be playing some Deathwish. We haven't played it in quite some time, and I think it's a pretty good deck. So let's just get right into it then. We are playing Overwhelming Hunger, the Deathwish leader, quite obviously. We're playing Urn of Shadows. Urn of Shadows, going first with Deathwish is so much better than going second because of Urn of Shadows. Like, Urn of Shadows on Brewers Ritual is just so good. So that's really something we want to be doing if we can, and I'll help it. And then we have the Dagon Promised. I think Dagon's just better than Haunt at this point. They cost the same provisions, you can run them both, but Dagon has that carryover potential from the Risen. If you just play him early and put him into your graveyard, and if you don't, for some reason, don't draw him and don't get access to him, you can't do the, what's it called, the Risen in Call the Depths. You can just go for the round 3 Dagon, not you, the Dagon carryover from the Evolved form. The Risen one. Yeah, so you can do this if you can't play him early, but really want to be playing him early to worship him. And then we have just a Heat Wave for removal. We need some control in here, otherwise if you just go only Point Slam, you run into a lot of problems. And we have Detlef and Arrakis Queen. Fantastic combo if you can get that off. It might be hard to have enough consumes for it, but ideally we have our leaders, and we can use our leaders on that, and then as well some of our other consume cards. We have plenty of consumes. It's just if you are able to do the Arrakis Queen on Detlef, you need like 5. So it can be difficult to have that many in one round, but we have some options for that, especially in the coming up. And obviously you can Arrakis Queen whatever else you need to if you want. We have Decree and Whispering Hellic both tutor out our cards for us. I think this is better than Oneiromancy because we split up the tutoring among 2 cards. Oneiromancy is fine, but it's extremely expensive. Like, this is 17. You could go Oneiromancy plus a 4 instead of these 2. I think this is a little bit better. But yeah, you can always Oneiromancy in like a Peller instead of running both of these. Although I think I like this better because even though Oneiromancy does give you the 2 tutors, this lets you have the 2 tutors split up among 2 cards, right? So you're more likely to see one early. Then that's just really helpful for something where you need a certain card early in the game. In this case, Brewers Ritual, right? So having these 2 split up makes it better to find Brewers Ritual, which is super important for our game plan. Then we have Lord Riptide. After his buff, we'll say change, but it's really, I think, a buff overall. He now has the 10 still. He's got 2 base armor and gets 1 per turn. He just comes down and destroys their highest power guy. Really good value. And we can actually trigger the Might because the Deathwish cards get pretty tall once you start consuming. Then we have Karen. This is our best consumer for Arrakis Queen stuff. Lets you consume 3 guys. You go like Detlef, Arrakis Queen, the Detlef. You leader the Arrakis Queen until I have 2 Detlefs. You can consume 2 of them with Karen and another Deathwish card you have, probably a Succubus. And it has immune, so it's really good in that way that they can't interact with it. You just have to watch out for decks like a lot of the Deadeye decks and Precision Strike decks. Not more so the Precision Strike decks, I should say. They like to play Curse of Corruption, which kind of answers this really hard. And then, of course, you can always get Ignied. But overall, really good. Then we have Sangreal. So we have these 2 provisions here. These 12 provisions are kind of a flexible thing. You can play what you want here. I went for Gregory of Old to have a lock for a little more control. And then Sangreal, because Sangreal is just another really good tempo play. You can play Sangreal on something and then use a leader to consume it for 15. Or you can play it on something and consume it with another, with any of the consume cards, really. So it's just really nice. And it has the added effect of purifying before it boosts by 12. So say you play your Detlef, Higher Vampire, you don't want to use a leader on it, because say you only have 1 leader left, you can just play this, put the leader on it, and then don't put the leader on it, and then if they lock it, you can hit it with Sangreal for the Purify, and then consume it. So it actually has, the Purify can be quite useful in this deck in particular, especially if they lock a Deathwish card. You can unlock it and then consume it with your leader or something else if you want to, which just is really good value. And we have, for the rest of it, we got 2 Succubus, 1 Siren, 2 Toads. You can add another Siren in. Siren is pretty good. Like, you can have a second Siren. You have to cut a provision somewhere else, but I think I'd rather have the Sangreal Deregery potentially here. You can also cut like a 4 and a 5 and go maybe a Barghest if you want more consumes, and second Siren that way instead of the Sangreal. Get cut a 4, maybe one of the, if you're going to add a Barghest, maybe cut one of the Drago Warriors, although I think they're quite good. But you can play around with these provisions if you want. Then the Toads, we're playing the Solano Harpies. I've always thought these things were pretty good. I remember when, what was it, Mushy Truffle came out, and I was using Mushy Truffle to get a 3rd Solano Harpy. That was pretty funny. But it doesn't really fit in these decks anymore nowadays, but that was fun. But I'm glad to see it being used, and I like this card. Then we have the Foglets and the Bridge Trolls, just for our value for provision Deathwish cards. And then the 2 Endraga Warriors. So that's the deck. Should be pretty good, has really good point slam potential. It's pretty straightforward overall, but we should be pretty good. Let's go check it out and just see if that theory holds up. Imposter Ball should have a lot of locks here, which will be quite annoying for our deck to deal with. So we just keep in mind most of our stuff's going to get locked. That means the Sangreal Purify is going to be relevant later. 2 of our Dagon, we do not have Brewis. We can get her with Hillock though. There's a double Succubus, which is nice to see. So we're going first. We really don't want any of these Bronze Deathwish cards. Man. So Brewis, how many do we have? We still have 4 in our deck, so we can do the Brewis play. That is going to be fine. Let's see, where is our Hillock? We're ready here for the Brewis. Now, normally would save a leader charge here, but I'm pretty sure he's going to lock our Brewis. We'll go a turn here. I want the Dagon to be out to infuse a couple of these guys. We pull out with the next one. And it's currently not going to be... Okay, we'll just infuse here. I normally like to infuse first, but I wanted tempo. These guys are all going to have death wishes. Toad's going to die at some point. And then we might as well just hit Riptide. We could have consumed here, but I'm kind of curious to see what he's doing. Because this is weird. He didn't lock us. Curse of Corruption. Alright, is this a Shupe deck? What's going on here? We just waited a turn because we wanted to make sure it wasn't like Mill or something, just because this with this leader is kind of weird. But it looks like it's just whatever. Gonna consume those with an Endraga Warrior next turn, closer to our Dagon worship. Strays of Spala. Yeah, this is a weird deck. Very weird. Play this guy. Fog's not going to hit anything, but we should get a lot of tempo. We'll spawn this drone. I really don't know what this guy's doing. We want one of these developed for later.
Just one hell of an imagination.
He probably has 7 or 8 value on the spotter when he clicks it, remember? Just because it sees 10 cards into his deck. That also means our top card, or we have a Riptide in our top 3. Which is good. Because we don't know what we're doing here, or not what we're doing. We don't know what he's doing, so we're going to pressure. I think is correct. Definitely think that's going to be the thing we want to do here. Do we have an opening play? We have Succubus. If everyone comes back doomed, we can Sangreal it. Guess we open Detlef. And leader charge it. And then go Arrakis Queen. Just keep this hand. A lot of options here. We leader charge this, it goes down to 1 charge. Let me queen it, and that goes away. Then we'd have consumes. I think we do this. We'll play the Detlef and do this. Still get the 2 points off of that. So we get the Ekamara first. There's the Shupe. Okay, yeah, so it is Shupe. That makes a lot of sense. So you're going to go for the 13 damage or the random steal. Okay. That's a really big tempo swing there. He has a lock on his leader. Let's go with the Arrakis Queen. He might leader this. Put our Dagon back. That should give us another consume. Nice and easy setup. He Curse of Corruption, so he probably has a Heat Wave still. Okay, there it is. As we speak of it, and he's gonna lock that guy. That is fine. Could play our Succubus here. Could play our Succubus. We have Riptide. He's not doing too much right now. We have forced out the Shupe, though. That's good. He might reshuffle the Shupe Stay Off back in his deck. I think we'll just play a Succubus here. Try and use it for some value. We have one Consume in our hand off of the Toad and one off of Karen, and we have a leader. You want to put some pressure on here. Okay, that denies the Succubus plan. It's fine. We don't have to keep playing here. I don't think there's a benefit to it either. So yeah, he's used, for that round, he used Shupe. He's got Vigo's Muzzle, Heat Wave, and Curse of Corruption all gone. I don't think he has any more control, really. So that's going to be handy. See, we do want our Heat Wave, and actually we want the Harpies here. Got 1-2 consumes. That's the Succubus, we want that. We want both Harpies, though. We should draw into a Harpy, theoretically. Got Heat Wave. That's fine. Nilfgaardian Knight. We could go with the Riptide. It's not amazing. It's not amazing. If we play the Succubus early, it might get its value removed. None of those are great, though. Curry's probably going to go in for a Drago Warrior, possibly. I think we should play Lord Riptide, because this guy's going to tank the Riptide hit, no matter what. Might as well play this now. Yep, there goes the... Oh, he shuffled one of our cards back in. Does that matter? We don't have a giant toad in our graveyard. Interesting. What do you give us? Succubus. That makes a lot of sense. We can decree the Succubus back. So it's not the end of the world. Let's see, let's go with the lock and make a Succubus. And we'll see what he does about this one. He should not have... Like, the only thing he should be able to do is lock it. And we have Sangreal for a Purify. Which would be nice. Although we don't really need this one's Deathwish. We just need it to be consumed. So we can Toad this one, decree the other one. So no specials in his hand now. So we'll Toad this one. Then we'll play the other one out of our deck. We don't think he wants to lock yet. Away from my wares! Away! What if this is a cycle deck? Yeah, so we want to play this here, and I think we want to just go Decree or Sangreal here. I think we want to do the Sangreal. He locks the Succubus, so be it. but I think we want to go for a triple Sangreal, or Kayrin to eat all these. He already played Curse of Corruption, so Kayrin should be immune to all of his removal. Unless something really weird is going on. He still has Redea, but she can't really interact.
No good wine will come from here.
Rot Tosser. That's not very helpful for him. Curious what that's about. Very curious. We play Kayrin or go Succubus? I think we go for the Succubus here. Stick that one there. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets locked from like an Alba Armored Cavalry, potentially. I guess he could be playing Servant. Ooh, he drew the Mage Assassin. That's rough. Then we'll go with our Kayrin here, and we want to consume this because it comes back. This because it's got the Sangreal on it. And these both have the 2 values on the Deathwish. This potentially does something else, though, if it's in our graveyard. But we don't have that potential, but we'll hide a bunch of points inside the Kayrin, so this will be good.
I'm just a sexy little cog.
He still has Redea, which is pretty good. We're going to leader, most likely, the Succubus next turn. That gives us more value. And not looking too bad here. I think we'll just play the Deregere.
I don't have a dirty.
And since Curse of Corruption is gone, we should just be fine here.
I forgive you.
That's interesting. This is probably Redea, but that shouldn't be big enough. Oh, no, it's just Nausicaa. Weird game. He really threw us off with this deck. Going up against Stockpile. This is probably a siege deck. Pretty heavy engine value. So the key here is going to be Succubus, because if he hits like pinging Succubus in our Deathwish cards with his Onagers and whatever else he's playing, Ballistas, that's good for us. We do have Brewis. Are we going first? No, we're going second. Okay, so going second. Do want the Succubus in our hand. That's quite nice. Probably put Bridge Troll back, Foglet back. See what we've got. Opponent lost connection. Right, there's a Caro Ballista, and there's that guy. No mutagenerators, nice to see, because we didn't draw our Heat Wave. We have no way to access it. Let's go with our Dagon right off the bat here. Let's give our Foglets, our Succubus, and this thing. So the Bronze Deathwish is the infused here. See if he kills it. If not, we'll use its consume to consume the Brewis. If he does kill it, I guess we'll just leader the Brewis. We don't want it getting locked. We can Sangreal it, I guess, but maybe he'll Heat Wave it. We really don't want that happening. We want to tutor out our cards and get those Death Wishes going for the Worship, so we can do that later. We probably can't stop these engines. One card you can play instead of the Sangreal Deregere is Toad Prince you can fit in there. It's an option. Sometimes that would be really useful. Sometimes it wouldn't be. This is one of the times where it would be really useful. Let's just consume that, see what we get off of it. Foglet and Succubus. Pretty good. And we are going to get Dagon's engine value this round, it looks like. It's going to hit it with an N. Okay, that means he probably doesn't have a tall removal for him. Which is good. Maybe it's Assault into, let me guess a second, Ballista or Onager. Okay, it's going to be Onager. We're going to take a lot of ping damage right now. There's not much we can do about it. We're not going to be able to kill that Onager. The only thing we can do is go for a Harpy. Not Harpy, the thing next to Harpy, Deregere. Okay, triggers Foglet. That's a little weird. We'll just go in here and lock the Onager. You might have a Purify for it. But we really don't want that Onager pinging away at us incessantly. We could have hit it with Riptide, but I think we want to save Riptide for like a later round. You don't need to win this round, necessarily. Depending on how long it goes. Surprised he didn't make an Onager with that. Very surprised. So we can go Harpy. Can't get a second Harpy though. He's up by quite a bit. Kind of want to go for the lock. This round at least. Just because it does give us the option to stack our deck. But I think first we'll play the Harpy. That way we have the option of leadering the Succubus off of this. He must have another Onager somewhere. Okay, there's a really big value play. We're down by 22. That's a bit. We can deal with that. It's just... it'd be better if we didn't have to. We could Riptide. It might hit the Onager, which we locked, which would be pretty bad. Like I said, I think we want to save that. Let's go with the lock and go for a Succubus. He will be very incentivized to kill that. It'll come back at the end of our turn when the Adrenaline will be active. Actually, no, Deathwish when it dies. Yeah. Actually, I'm not sure how that works. If he kills this, because people usually don't kill it. If he kills it, well, we're at 5 cards. We play down to 4. Does it come back with or without the Doomed? We're going to find out. So I think he might actually kill it. If there's a Bombardment, it'll probably die here. Alright, he's going to give us the round. That's what we want. Want to stack our deck here. And we're down quite a bit, but this is nothing Sangreal won't fix.
I'm just a sexy little car.
And now we go into this round 2, and we have control, and we still have Riptide to answer an engine card potentially. So this is quite nice overall. The only thing we're missing out on is going to be, what's it called? Potentially Succubus round 3, which would be a little unfortunate. Do we want this Toad? These are all really nice cards to have, and we want to worship Dagon some more. So I think we should put the Toad back. We're a little light on consumes, which is why I'm thinking about it. If 1, 2, 3, I think we have to keep this for now, because we're just short on consumes, so the Toad is really good. Do want to worship with this one. Let's play Detlaf first. Don't want to lose our last leader here. And hopefully get a Arrakis Queen off on this. It's better with Kayrin, but as it is, it'll at least give good value. Okay, there's the Heatwave. That means he can't use it on one of our Tull cards, which is something, actually. Let's play the Succubus here.
I don't have a dirty mind. Just one hell of an imagination.
I think that's a pretty good Lord Riptide target. Might be worth making a second giant Toad, we'll see. We should have the scenario here, and he's probably playing a scenario deck, or he's going to have to play his Henselt. And the Henselt leader, he's played both of his ballistas. So I guess he can't be doing that anyway. We just don't want him having a long round 3, I think. So yeah, he has forced to play the Henselt. That's good. Let's play our Bridge Troll. We have 2 consumes left. Dagon should be at 3, right? No, he's at 2. So we worship him 1 time next round and we're set. That's going to be good carryover. So we do want to worship him here. Let's play the Toad. Then we can go Arrakis Queen leader if we want to. Or we can just hold off on the Arrakis Queen. So we're going to play Bombardment. I think we hold the... I think here we do want to play... We have to consume 1 more time, right? To bring back Dagon. I think we'll play the Arrakis Queen. This is a very aggressive play. This is very aggressive. I'm feeling it right here. We do have the Heatwave for his Henselt. That doesn't have crew, so that's good. Gonna cool down the range throw. He should have fired Foltest Pride first there. Should have moved that back there first also. Should use his last leader. We have the choice of playing Heatwave on the Henselt here. I think if he was to do that, he gets 3 damage plus, what's this? 4 damage. That's 7. He just plays any bronze from his hand. I think it's better to keep the Heatwave. And our plan is we just get one of these Deathwish cards and then worship Dagon, bring him back for our tempo next round. There's a consume, we just need a Deathwish. That gets us a Deathwish. Kayrin's pretty good. If we have Kayrin, we actually don't need this Harpy. Different Deathwish card would be better. There's the Siege, so we just answer that. So if he fires this, there's a good chance of killing whatever we play here. I think our best choice here is to play Foglet. I'll get consumed by the Toad, and then we'll start hitting the Fog here. It's good value. Brings back Dagon. There's a lock. That's fine. It's totally fine. Play our Siren. Then we'll finish with Kayrin. He shouldn't have a... He doesn't... Well, I'm 100% sure he doesn't have a Curse of Corruption or something. So Dagon should... Or Kayrin should be pretty safe. Let's put everything into him. Dave's Assault shouldn't be enough because he can't hit us with anything. Yep, there's a GG. Enslave has some problems for us if they're playing. Well, they have 1Cs already, right? We'll wait to see if it's Shupe or not. Yeah, it's Enslave 6, so they can create a whole bunch of copies of our Deathwish stuff in our consumes, which should be really annoying. So that is something we do need to keep in mind. 2 toads. Like, this is a pretty good starting hand. Let's get Brewis, play these bronzes for value. I'm liking this. Oh, we are missing Dagon. I had not realized that, but you know, we have double tutor here. Let's go on this, on one of you, I suppose. Actually, put on these ones. I don't think we want to play Succubus this round. It's because he's probably going to enslave it. And sometimes these guys play Obsidian Mirror, which is actually really good against us. There's Attorney Joust. That's not too crazy. We'll go for our Brewis here. This should give us round 1. Without too much trouble.
Relax.
We'll just worship Dagon a couple times with the toads, and we should be pretty set here. Trying to waste our fog. It's fine. Let's go consume this one. Worship Dagon again. We should be up to 3 worships here, which is really good. Probably just play our other giant toad. This will be really good setup for round 2. Especially if he decides not to Yon Calwados.
I simply want you to admit it.
This is actually pretty much perfect setup. Double toad, 1 counter on Dagon, and a Succubus. What else could we really want? And we know he doesn't have a graveyard interaction because he's playing a Enslave. I mean, technically they could play a Syrah, but he's not going to. He's down 30 points. And nothing we have is a 6. Tempted to pass here. I think we're going to do it. We have so much tempo. Like that Boo-Hurt means he can't enslave us. There's the Yon. He's 22 points this turn. Taurus is close, but I mean, he can't enslave still. Vilgefortz, sure. It doesn't matter. I guess he can enslave that. That was lucky for him. He needed to pull exactly a 6 off the top. And we still win on even here because of the fog. Okay, we'll take it. That's just an example of a perfect setup for round 1, right? Like, that's just what the deck can do. Oh man, if we're going up against Toussaint, there's pretty much no way. This is going to be really rough. It could be Tactics Toussaint instead of all the boost stuff, but it's probably the boost stuff. Alright, that means he saw a Succubus or Brewis, and not these. Interesting information. Let's grab our Dagon. And we'll infuse, like, some of the bronzes here. Just normal stuff. can't get our Brewis this round. I think I like Dagon here a little better. Because Brewis we'd have to leader charge. But I'm not sure if we want to here. We might need the Brewis tempo later in the game, considering he's playing Toussaint. But it could be Renfrey Toussaint. Like, Renfrey can kind of just play any leader. The gin makes me think it's Renfrey also.
No good wine will come from here, not even compost.
Okay, that's fair enough. We do have 2 harpies here.
You wouldn't want to
Just play one of these sirens. Take it slow. If it's Renfrey, I expect him to have Elba Heavy Cavalry, though. Okay, there's the first Booher. It's fine. We could go for Solano Harpies here. That is a play. It's not going to be quite enough. I think we'll Harpy this. We don't need its order. Get the Deathwish value, then we'll go Harpy again next turn. He's going to be able to win this round no matter what, because I'm pretty sure he's playing Ivar Evil Eye if he has Buhurt in his deck. Then there's Vilgefortz and such, so we just want to force at least one of those out early. I'm going to go for a Rot Tosser. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a better. It's pretty good, and then we'll consume this one. That gets us back in here. I wasn't sure what we were going to consume with the second Harpy, but he gave us a nice target. Means he probably drew the second Mage Assassin. That is information we can use to our advantage here. He drew the second Mage Assassin, and he chose to play Blightmaker. It means, yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I thought that would mean he wasn't, yeah, he was going to pass on us. Cool. Let's play the lock and get a Succubus to our graveyard. This just got a lot better when that happened right there. Just him playing that Blightmaker told us a lot of information. We know he's not going to want to play any of the cards in his hand, and we know one of them Mage Assassin, so gave us a lot of confidence. And we were able to predict he was going to pass. If he didn't pass there, though, we would have kept playing just because of that play he did. So we have a lot of good cards here, actually. We want our Brewis. We're going to actually, I think, need the Endrega Warrior, just for the amount of consumes it offers. Let's keep this hand. We do not want to play a round 3 where he has enough cards to Ivar Evil Eye. That is something very important. Let's grab our Brewis here.
Freedom. I long for freedom.
And we're just going to leader it. And then we'll stack our Arrakis Queen to top of our deck. That is a good target for Deregere.
Our world is in harmony.
He's playing Kahir though. He's playing full boost, and I don't know how he. What's the one that's like disloyal and boost by the adjacent cards value? K-Rain is not something we want to play into that. Just we should remember that. Thunderbolt. So this is gonna be the Seas, right? He's probably playing Seas or something. Could also just be playing more Rot Tossers. That'd be interesting, but whichever one he's playing, I think this is pretty solid. If he's playing that one, I want him to play it now, pretty much, or Ivar. Kayrin's suspicious into this then. I mean, we don't expect to win this round. We just want him to play Ivar and such this round and not have it round 3. Questions, is that even good enough? Well, that's a good card. He's going to win the round off of that. Of course, we can always seize it back. Pretty sure we drop the succubus here.
It's not that I'm always wrong. It's you who's always.
He has to answer the Master of Puppets. If he doesn't, we might just go for the Karen now, so we can't, okay, that works. I'm gonna say, if we go for the Karen now, it would hurt him round 3. Don't have a Toad, though. He played that, so let's drop a Deathwish. We can go Deathwish and then Karen would be quite good here. Might even throw in a leader. I don't want to use the leader, though, but we'll see how we feel. Just because his round, we don't want him to have the Ivar, but he stole this, so he's not planning on using it. That is quite annoying. Could pass here. The thing is, I don't think we can take a short round against him. At least not a round where he still has Ivar and Beauclair and stuff. I guess we Karen. It's not a great Karen, but it'll put a 1 next to him, so if he's going to play that disloyal guy, I'd rather have him play it this round than next round. Yeah, the succubus could have gone here, but let's play it like this. Minimize as much as possible. Oh, we're playing Unicorn Kyrenax. I guess this could be Golden Necker. That changes things. That changes things. We need to force out the Siri then. Like his big plays then Siri onto Buhurt onto leader Buhurt. Yeah, there's Golden Necker. This is what we do here then. You don't have to worry about the Beauclair or the Ivar. Now this is the problem. I like how it keeps changing every turn. We know he drew Master of Puppets because he invocationed it. So one of these is Master of Puppets. If he is Master of Puppets, he could seize. I guess we would consume. If we consume, he gives a 13. He can swap with Master of Puppets, but he still has to go down to no cards. The Siri play is the scary thing. He can just play Master of Puppets and then seize with it, and that's a 20. I think we have to give him the round here. I don't see a way we can actually win it, because he can just go Master of Puppets, he drew it, click this. So now we have the problem where, well, he did use his Unicorn Kyrenax and his Golden Necker. The thing is, he still has Siri plus double Buhurt, which is really good. I'm not sure how we want to deal with that. Do need to worship Dagon still. How many are we looking at here? Where's Call of Death? So we have 2 counters. We would need to draw another. Okay, there's the Succubus. It's the one we want also. He might go for a lock on our guys. So I'm guessing he's going to go Nausicaa's here, and then Siri double Buhurt. Master of Puppets is just annoying. I think we go Riptide on it. We just can't let him steal our stuff. I think with the double Buhurt series, we can just save a consume for it. I think that's our best play. It might be better than Dagon, if we're being honest here. But I think we'll go... We do have Arrakis Queen, so we can Arrakis Queen consume. Arrakis Queen consume. Let's go... It's not a great way to weave this into getting Dagon. So I think we'll just have to play the Dagon as a finisher.
We're not done if you can still.
So that's 8 points coming back, potentially.
I'm just a sexy.
We'll go, if he goes Siri, we consume it. If he doesn't, we go Bridge Troll. And then we can consume the Bridge Troll if he doesn't play the Siri and get Dagon back as a finisher. If he does play the Siri, we can consume it. You can always have this Sangreal and Siri also, instead of the double Boohurt. Or you can go Leader Boohurt and Sangreal combo. There's like a lot of options for him on the Siri. He's going to Sangreal that, which means we just consume it. We should be all set. Definitely consume the Siri. No Sangreal for you. It means we don't get our Dagon, but not letting him have like 30 points is better. And hopefully the Sangreal's dead now. Like, I'm pretty sure one of these is Sangreal because you want to put it on Siri. That's just a dead card. But to be fair, he probably also has a Vilgefortz. We are not spawning the Siri with this. We're not, like, we can't kill it anyway, but even if we could, we're not giving him that Siri. But if he has Vilgefortz, this game's still pretty close. I actually think he wins it. Oh yeah, he's got the Vilgefortz, so this is going to be a GG. It's just not a great matchup for us. Anything into the Toussaint stuff. There he is.
Quite the menial task.
Yeah. Not much we can do in the matchup. It's just like a super difficult match.
You crossed the wrong sorceress.
Jackpot. So this could be Salamander. I've seen a few Salamander players. That is definitely something scary. We're going first with Brewis and Dagon in hand, though, so round 1 tempo should not be something we struggle with. Actually, this hand is pretty much perfect. The only way this hand could be better is if we like had a second Harpy in here instead of one of the... I don't even know, because everything... This hand's just amazing. Open with Dagon. Go on the Foglets, go on the Troll, go on you, I guess the Succubus. We have to watch out for Salamander, so we can't lose round 1. That's pretty much this comes down to.
You wouldn't know a real wit for a goat.
Could be bounties. Whatever it is, we are going for the big plays here.
You wouldn't want to hurt us. would
So
you?
good. We can just set up 2 giant toads and just kind of go from there. This guy's just going full setup, I'm guessing.
Exceed my expectations.
You want to worship Dagon. Without triggering him, obviously. On 2 thus far.
I see my
It's a deck hand. I think we carry over the second toad as well. And then we should be at 3, so 1 more worship and we're set. We'll just hold off on that last one. It is a Succubus worship too, which is nice.
Coins fleeting, relics are forever.
Normally I would just pass here. However, considering he is a potential Salamander player, we can't do that. And it doesn't hurt to set up a Succubus, so we'll do that too.
Fucked up machine called life.
The reason I said we'd pass there is because we're up by 30, but he has Jackpot and coins, so he does have potential here. And like I said, against Salamander, we really don't want to be risking stuff like that. So we just need to know if that's what it is or not. Can also be collusion. I only say collusion. I haven't seen any collusion players, but collusion is one of my favorite decks. We'll probably pick that back up. But we've been playing a lot of Syndicate lately. Don't make too many Syndicate videos all at once. But yeah, he's got Tide Cloak, Firesworn Salamandra, Devotion, and he's got, this is just whatever. So there's a lot of unit tags here, and you don't see Fence very often. 36 points is a lot, buddy. There's the pass. And we have great setup now. We've got Dagon ready to come back. We've got a Succubus. We've got 2 Giant Toads. We're going to put a lot of pressure on this round 2. Just because if it is Salamander, we need it gone round 2. Second Harpy's really good to see here. We have access to Queen with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consumes. I'm not sure what else we'd honestly ask for. I don't think we need this. Okay, come on, I mean. I was thinking about that laugh, but you don't see hands like this very often. Don't see him. I could go for a Succubus here. I might kill it. We come back with Doomed. That'd be annoying for us. We actually can't worship our Dagon this round, which is the only thing kind of being annoying right now. Let's go for a Detlef. And we'll just hit him with the 1 leader, make sure we get some value from him. Put a lot of tempo pressure on. And go into Arrakis Queen. We know he's playing Devotion, so he doesn't have a lock. Seika doesn't have a lock. So that's not something we need to worry about. The only thing we're worried about is Philippa, I guess he could have. If we go Arrakis Queen, we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I don't think we needed to do that leader. Well, it's a tempo leader, but let's get the Queen. This should be outside of anything he can really do. Right, he can't Philippa this because it's 12. If he destroys it, we get the card back anyway. This doesn't look like a Salamander deck either, right? We didn't see any of the Salamandra stuff. So I'm really not too sure what's going on here. I think we'll just take these guys. This is worse against Salamander, but with Salamander we can't win the round anyway. Let's see if he's Philippa's that. I really don't think he's playing it, because you don't see her very often, but it's just something to play around most of the time. We're so far ahead at this point, we're just going to hedge and kind of keep these. Oh yeah, Ixra into these tokens. Do we banish Ixra? It's probably an Akarantia deck. The thing is, if he goes into Freak Show and bing, 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 that's not good for us. Let's just play it safe. Give this the lock. You might have the Lackey. Salamander Lackey's quite good nowadays. I think people finally figured that out. I finally tried it out. It's an amazing card. Like, it's really good. It's Purify with 2 coins, usually if they lock you. It's really good value. Really been enjoying it. Can't free the Ixra. And we'll go this makes Succubus drop Karen. He's going to need so much value here. I think he needs Akarantia, basically, at this point.
Evil's not going anywhere.
I guess this guy might actually be a collusion player. Which is pretty cool.
I don't have a dirty mind.
Consume that, it'll come back for value. Still have 1 more Giant Toad. I think we want to hold that one for round 3, though. So we didn't use it on the Queen. Because we're so far ahead here. The only thing we really lose to is the Salamander. I want to have a like Dagon and the Toad carrying over for that. Just on the off chance it happens, because that's how we lose the game, is we get Salamander with nothing round 3 left over in our deck. So we just play a little bit against that. I don't think that's what's going on. I think we're just playing against Collusion. This Karen will be very insane. So we will do that, and then we'll stack Riptide top of our deck. So this is going to be really good. 1, 2, 3. And I guess we can spawn these without too much trouble here. We'll save a leader, save the Toad, and save Dagon for round 3. So guys, gonna have to do some kind of Captain Yago stuff if he wants to win this game, I think. You can do a really big Captain Yago, to be fair. 50 points is quite a bit. We still have Heat Wave. That's not a great card here. We could Heat Wave the Oxenfurt or his King of Beggars. We're also up by 43 points here. I feel safest just passing. If he has a big enough play to come back 43, which I think he does with Captain Yago, the Heat Wave on the Swallow's Frightener might not be enough. There's the Akarantia. Just over profit 1. It's not a big deal. I guess if you use Captain Yago on top of his deck, he's gonna blow us out here. Should be quite amusing. That's not enough, I don't think.
Know your clientele first and your merchandise second.
He's only got space for one more unit. Can't trigger Akarantia again this turn. At least we're sure it's not Salamander. I guess the Heat Wave would have won us the game, but we were playing it safe, and he's not going to win this round 3. We've got Dagon coming back. We've got a giant Toad left over. Like, this game's over. Here's the Succubus. We can even pick if we want the Bridge Troll. We also just take Sangreal. I like this hand, though. Let's go Succubus into Toad, bring back Dagon, play out the Bridge Troll, Riptide, like Heat Wave. It's just too much. It's just too much. I mean, that's a candle. That's not going to help. Bring back Dagon.
I'm just a sexy little.
I mean, already we're probably more points than he can handle for the round. This is the best play here. Now he can't spend his coins and we win. It really doesn't matter what we do. We won this round too. GG. That is the deck. What do I think? I think Deathwish is quite strong right now. It has some really good value. Just the Succubus itself is... We didn't get the good Succubus combos going this game, like where you just do it every single turn. But even if you only do it once or twice, it's really worth it. And the fact that it's carryover points is amazing too. Like, this deck has quite a bit of carryover potential and some different ways you can play it, which I really enjoy. So Dagon, you have that carryover from the Cult Depths, and then you've got the Giant Toads and Succubus carryover, which you plan out. And I do like this Sangreal. We did not get a chance to offensively use it on a defender, which is sad. I wanted to do that, but it's really good just to consume it. There are some other options other than Sangreal and Gregory, and then what else? You can change out something else if you want to, but those ones, some good choices are like Toad Prince. You like Toad Prince Peller is not bad. Toad Prince Second Deathwish isn't bad either. I guess you can go Aguara instead of Gregory if you want Unlock as well. We kind of put the Sangreal in for that purpose, so we don't really need to, but you can combine them into one card with that if you would like. And then there's always the option of going for something like a Were-Rat. Were-Rat's very cool. He gives you a lot of consumes, but those rats can be kind of a problem. It gets really tall, so that's why we didn't go with him. I used to use Were-Rat. I do like Were-Rat. But yeah, there's some options here. And overall, I think the deck's quite good. Lord Riptide's a great addition after his change. Just the 2 base armor helps him so much in non-Ogre decks. And we can't actually get him to gain armor. I think we gained him armor once or twice today, but not in every game. But overall, really great deck. The Urn of Shadows is insane if you go first. Like, Urn of Shadows on the, like, Dagon into Brewers Ritual, Urn of Shadows, it's very few decks can keep up with that tempo, so that really helps you get into a great start to the game. And we did that quite a bit today. Yeah, there's not too much to say about this deck. I really like it, and I think it's really good. That's about it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.